Hello and welcome to my How To Plumbing channel. I'm Claude Taylor and I'd like to thank all my subscribers for continuous support. And if you are new to this channel, I hope you enjoy this video and get a lot out of it. And if you do, remember, give it a thumbs up and become a subscriber. Thank you. And if you're looking for any of the supplies that I use on this video and tools, you can find them at my Amazon webpage. There will be a link to that webpage below in the descriptions. Today in this video I am going to make up a laundry connection, and this is where we're going to set it all up. This box here, this particular laundry box, came from the Home Depot. Also the ice maker that you see behind. This was not anything that I purchased before I told the homeowner what they needed. They went and purchased this a little ahead of time. I would have if it was me purchasing, I would have just went and got the straight laundry box that's already equipped for the PEX pipe. But this is good because now I can show you what we're going to do is we're going to take this and use a conversion fitting. Conversion. That means converting it from one type of pipe to another. This setup is actually made for iron pipe or sweat copper. Either or. So what we're going to do is we're going to adapt it to PEX. So this will give you a good chance to see if you do have any copper in your home, and rather than taking all the pipe out, and if you do and would like to connect it to copper and PEX, you can use these transition fittings. And you can see that this is made for iron pipe, and when I mean iron pipe, that's any type of pipe that's got threads to it. And they also use the terminology tap as threads. And you can also find this laundry box online at Amazon. Um, you can see with this that we can install it any particular way that we want to. Upside down, right side up. It's set up for any way that your plumbing is set up, if it's up or down. This one, when we're done and we go to set it in place, it's going to be as you would consider upside down. Now here is the transition fitting. This is a PEX fitting. This is a sweat. They call it a sweat to copper pipe PEX fitting. And this is actually a fitting. And this is not just a adapter from sweat to PEX. This one actually goes inside the fitting of any copper pipe or brass fitting. And here's my little setup that I carry with all my copper stuff, copper cutter, the torch, flux, sandcloth, solder. And this is when I'm doing a lot of heavy duty soldering, probably piping in a whole house or whatever. And I use this small one here. This is what we're going to use today because we don't have that much to do. And that's a propane tank, and this is my self-igniting torch. And that button that you see me hitting there, that's if you want to just keep it going without having to hold that trigger down, you can just push that button and it'll lock it in place. And here's the solder we're going to use. This is some Ote solder. You can also get the silver. This is lead-free solder. It's important that you have to have lead-free solder. And here's the flux we're going to use. Again, this is some Ote, made by Ote. And of course our flux brush. And usually before I start using the flux, I'll kind of, I do like to stir it up, kind of mix it up, because it's been sitting in the little toolbox there for a while. Yeah, I know I need another toolbox. It's getting kind of old here. Yep. And you can obviously see that there's no big difference between the laundry box and the ice maker box. And this is my 4-way wire cleaning for cleaning the inside of the pipe and also the outside. And this is a brass piece, so we don't need to clean the outside of that because it's all threaded. And this is our adapter, and this is actually called a fitting adapter. When you say fitting, that means it fits inside of the fitting and not on the outside of the fitting. They make them to where they'll fit on the outside of the pipe or inside the fitting. This one here, inside the fitting. And of course, cleaning the fittings and the pipe itself is one of the most important things you could do before you solder any connections together. And I always wipe off any excess flux that may be hanging around so that when we do go to solder, for one, it doesn't run all over the place, and two, in the future, it doesn't start deteriorating the pipe because of the flux laying around on the outside. You probably notice when you've seen copper pipe that's green and starting to corrode at the connections, that's because the previous plumber or whoever may have not wiped the excess flux off of there. So let's get that off, and this helps to make also helps to make a nice, neat solder connection. And no, I don't have anything to properly brace these valves up with when I go to solder, so you will see it's going to be makeshift. And a lot of times when you're on a job site, you're going to end up doing this a lot. I mean, if I was set up to do this every single day, yeah, I would probably have something, but this is not an everyday occurrence here. But if you could find something really good to brace it and hold it up on, or another person to hold it with a pair of channel lock pliers or whatever. You can see here I'm trying to get creative. And if you would like to learn how to solder copper pipe other than watching this video, I do have plenty other videos on how to solder copper pipe that covers a lot of extensive copper pipe work. Um, Plumbing up a whole house with copper pipe. And soldering copper to brass. But yeah, if you go to my YouTube channel, just like the one you're on now, I'm sorry, and just look for my solder videos. And if you probably notice, if you look close, when you see uh, I start to put the torch to the fitting and valve itself, that the fire is aiming away from the plastic part. This is to keep from scorching or melting any of the plastic on that end. You see, I constantly keep the flame going the other way, the opposite way of the plastic. And the trick to soldering any type of fitting, copper, brass, whatever, is that the flame, you want to keep most of the flame on the fitting itself. You want it to be in the position to where it will suck the solder into the connection. The solder is going to follow the heat, so the point that you have it the hottest is where the solder is going to flow to. Okay, now we're back at the house that's being renovated. This house was caught in a flood. And everything was washed away, so now we're going to put everything back new. And this particular little spot right here is where we're going to put the laundry box. part that you see me taking off there is going to be put on after the drywall is up. And again, all my pipes are coming from the attic down, so this is why the valves are on the top part of the laundry box rather than flipped around the other way. And these little clips that I'm putting here is going to be used to anchor the box to the studs. And if you look real close at the bottom, you'll see, yeah, at the bottom of the laundry box, that part is the part that's going to go to the waste, where where you're going to put the washing machine hose, and that's where it's going to drain. And we're going to connect the waste later. Now that we've got the laundry box, we can start running our pipes and waste. We're ready. I'm Claude Taylor. Thanks for watching. And if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, become one. Thank you.